In my case, I was trained in Chinese and Japanese. At my background is Oriental studies and with a specialization in Chinese and Japanese. But I first went to Japan, so my PhD was on Minamata disease, which is post-war Japan most important industrial pollution case. This was the publication, only in French, was 2006. And Minamata disease and also air pollution in the Tokyo area. And because of the specific background in Japan, I trained to focus on the links between occupational hazards and environmental hazard. It means the pollution inside the factory, the production plants, and what happened outside. I mean the output, the impact of the industrial output. So I try to study the reaction of the workers. How do they care, if they care, about the occupational hazards inside the plant, and if they care also about the consequences for the environment and the citizens in the vicinity of the plants. I've been working on mainly two important issues. One is dioxin pollution in Tainan, and the other one is RCA. RCA used to be it's still an American company, the Radio Corporation of America, which used to produce TV sets in Taiwan. Starting in the 70s, and the factories closed at the end of the 1990s. And after that, most of them female workers, realized that they had cancers. The RCA pollution case and the dioxin pollution case in Tainan are the first big class actions in Taiwan for this sort of industrial pollution issues. In Tainan, there are more than 200 plaintiffs, and they sued the company is China Petroleum Corporation Development, is Zhongshuhua, and which is the owner of the company. They were not the owner of the company when the plant polluted. It was it was a chemical plant which was founded by Japanese in 1942 to produce toxic gas. And then after the war, the company produced pentachlorophenol and other sort of pesticides, herbicides, they polluted the land and also the fish ponds, which used to be salt pans, and they converted into fish pans. So there was a process of environmental pollution quite similar actually with Minamata disease, because they released not only pentachlorophenol, which produced dioxin, but also mercury. So it's a very complex combination of mercury and dioxin pollution, quite unique in the world. And the concentration of dioxin there are amongst the highest in Taiwan, and for some sort of dioxin, the highest in the world. So it's very hard, very important pollution, and the social components of this trial, these lawsuits, are also very interesting. The other case, RCA, is actually is longer than dioxin case in Tainan. It started, the lawsuit started a few years ago, but it really started in 2009. But the battle has started as 1998. So I've been following this battle for more than 10 years now, and in the RCA case there is more than 400 plaintiffs, And what is interesting is that quite a few young Taiwanese living in Taipei feel concerned by this industrial pollution, and they have a feeling of justice, which they think that is a quite emblematic case of industrial injustice, if we can say it like this, and why they should care about it, because it has consequences for generations. The young people feel like the generation of their mothers was polluted, and they should bear responsibility for this. Not responsibility, but they should care to solve, to find a solution. And they sought this solution at the court. This is why it's a class action. Well, RCA is only one case. Maybe you're more. There is much more information about the Guoguang Shehua. In this case, the young people with their creativity was really amazing. The way they, for example, they use the. I remember they make some announcement for one demonstration they had using the movie Avatar, and the way they transform it was really, really funny and interesting. Actually, in this special issue of China Perspective on Taiwan, I wrote an article more general about social movement and environmental movement in Taiwan. I try to connect labor movement and environmental movement. It's a long story in Taiwan. It started in the mid-80s, and there is an interesting connection between the labor movement, independent labor movement, independent from the big companies, and the environmental pollution, and the movement against industrial pollution. In the sense that for a long time, the movement against industrial pollution was mostly connected, dependent of the Green Party, of the Green Forces, the Fan Nu, so is DPP. And it was productive for some, until Chen Shui-bian became the president of Taiwan. But after that, it was more difficult for the, for example, Taiwan Huangbao Lianmang, TPU, Taiwan Environmental Protection Union, to promote their ideas about how to care about environment, and in particular on the nuclear issue. So I noticed recently you introduced the work of He Mingxiu. He published a very interesting article on this issue. He showed how the environmental movement became dependent of the DPP. So one attempt to become to take again their independency from the political party was to create another political party. It was Green Party, but so far it's not really as convincing as the experience of the Grünen in Germany, for example, or even Les Verts in France. The Green Party did not become a real independent, a big political party. They have difficulties to gain seats in elections. But it's an interesting political party in the sense it looks more like an NGO, and there's a lot of young people affiliated to. They are not party members, but they joined the activities of the Green Party, and altogether the Green Party, the Huangbao Lianmang, and other NGOs like Luce Lianmang, they are very active on the nuclear issue, form an important social movement, very active on all sorts of issues like chemical pollution from the chemical industry or the nuclear industry, electronics, etc.